I'm Jane Jenson, and I'm a professor of political science at the University of Montreal. And in my research on the European Union, I'm particularly interested in the questions of social policy and social policy change. I've been looking at Canada and the European Union and the ways in which they're moving towards what I like to call the social investment perspective, by which I mean paying more attention to investing in the future and investing in human capital, paying attention to the development of children, to early childhood education. We see, and this is a very interesting comparison for the work of the cluster, we see that from the mid-1990s on, both the European Union and Canada began to move towards this social investment perspective. In terms of my working on the European Union and with the European Union, I've done a number of projects for European presidencies, and I'm very interested in that kind of work of knowledge transfer, where academics put together their knowledge and try to package it, if I can say it that way, in a way that it's usable by policymakers. Often, as academics, we talk very theoretically and very generally, but the policymakers also have need for our knowledge. So knowledge transfer has been very interesting for me, and I've worked with the British presidency, with the Swedish presidency, and with the Bureau of European Policy Advisors, which is the DG for the President of the Commission. And so knowledge transfer is something that is particularly a focus for me, and I like to be involved in it, both in Canada and in the European institutions. The Europeans are becoming increasingly aware that Canada and Canadian politics and Canadian economic situation has something that from which the Europeans can learn, so take some lessons, and therefore transatlantic dialogue is becoming more and more interesting on both sides of the Atlantic.